Hey guys, let's take a look at Canva. This is a pretty fun kind of graphic design thing to use. You'll want to create your free account using your school email. Mine is right up here. You can choose to do a regular create design, but in our case, because of what we're going to be using this for with Google Keep, you actually want to use a Facebook cover template. And so if you have Facebook, this is like the long, big thing that's in the background, and then you have like your profile picture. This is that size that you need for that to fit perfectly. So click on that and it's going to take you to a blank option. There are some templates over here depending on what you're going to want, but we are going to be making something for Google Keep specifically. And so we're going to look for a picture that's going to represent our class, one of our classes. So if we do a picture specifically maybe for social studies, so maybe type in like history and kind of see what pops up. There's tons of stuff. You'll notice it says free right here. Some of them do not say free. So if you find one that has a crown on it, like this one, it says, and then it says pro, that actually means you've got to give them some dinero for that. And we don't want to give any dinero. We want free stuff. Okay. So find something that just screams, this is history to me. So let's look at some pyramids here, or maybe the word history. Let's take the word history. But if you'll notice, it has watermarks because it has a dollar sign on it, meaning premium. So then it's going to have this kind of weird stuff on it. So I don't want that either. So we're going to just delete that. And all I'm doing is pushing the delete button for that. So let's go back to camels. There's some camels. And you can just drag it and move it around, resize it using this guy to drag. And there's our camel. If I absolutely hated this picture, I could click on it and push the delete button on my keyboard. Or I can come up here to the trash and it'll delete. Okay. You can crop, meaning you can change the size, you can adjust. And that means if I want to make it really bright, I can do that, or really dark. If I want to make it blurry or make it not blurry, it's up to what you kind of want to do. That's kind of cool. I can do a vignette, saturate it, I can unsaturate it, whatever you want. Contrast, high and low. Okay. You can also change filters. So if you want to change it a little bit more, there are options to play for days. Okay, so we can go back to none. There's that. If you also want to flip it, you can flip it different ways. Okay. Now for our Google Keep picture that we're going to be using this for, we also need to know what class it's for. So we're going to go to Elements. And I'm going to go and choose a shape. There's also other options, but for this, we're just going to keep it simple. So let's take a look at this one. And I really want to make sure that I have it covered mostly, but I don't see my camel now, and I want to see my camel. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to go change the transparency, and about like the middle is perfect. So you can still see the box, but you see everything behind it, then the transparency allows for that. Okay. You can also change the color. So if I don't want this inside color to be this weird gray color, if I want it to be purple, I can. If I want it to be yellow or orange or pink, whatever color I want, maybe I want the outside color to be purple. Totally can make that happen. Okay. But now I still don't know what class this is for. So let's go to text. And it doesn't really matter which of these you choose, just choose one. And you want to type in your class. So social studies. There we are, but it's not very big. And in Google Keep, you need it to kind of be big. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this. And there's things you can do up here to change things. So you can change spacing and size. Size you can also change by just dragging it. But if you have multiple things that you're typing at the same time, like a list or different words altogether, you may want to actually physically change with the numbers here. And the other cool thing is you get to choose some fonts. And there are tons and tons and tons and tons of fonts. Just make sure it's something that you can read easily, because Google Keep is something I also recommend that you have on your cell phones so you can add to it or have a quick reference. So maybe I choose something like this, because why not? And make it bigger. And if you see that it has these pink lines, that right there means it's centered. that direction, and then the other line is centered that way. So now it's centered completely in the whole page, and we're good to go. If I wanted to make a whole bunch of these all together, I can go to new page and then change things, but I really don't want to do that for this project. You might want to some other times, but not this one. Up here is how you change the file name. So if I want to change the name, I could change, just highlight and delete and change it. Social studies is perfect, so we're good to go there. And in this case, I want to download it. And specifically, I want to download it as a JPEG because it tends to work better between the Google Keep on your computer and Chromebook and your phone. You download it, it's going to go directly to your Google Drive on your Chromebook, and on your phone, it'll go to downloads. On a regular computer, it'll also go to downloads, okay? This, ignore it completely. Just push the X. Don't worry about it, okay? And now I've got that down here, or I have it in my Google Drive. What I recommend if you don't want to spend a ton of time on doing this, or you don't want it to all be totally different, is to keep this box here, change this, like maybe change it to science. So it's going to be the same size, same font, unless you want to change it. And then you can change the background. So you can click on that, push delete, and we can find a new picture. So go up here and we'll type in science, find something science-y. For that, there we are. Go up here, change these words to science as well, because it's going to save to a different file. And then we're going to download again. And we're going to change to a JPEG and download. See how fast that was? And click that. So this should not be that hard. So now we go over to Google Keep. If you've not seen Google Keep, we'll do that in another video in a couple of minutes, but this is what we're going to use it for. So if you see, I have lots of the same shape and I use the same fonts. All I did was I changed the background. So keeping it the same helps a lot. And then when you're done with this, you can go back to home. And in the future, you can go to all your designs and it will have them here for you. Okay, and right here, it's still saving mine that I had just made, but here's one I made yesterday and some that I made in the past. So it'll save them. You can always click on them again and choose to edit them. Completely an option, okay? Or you can click up here, make another copy if you want more than one copy for some reason. You can actually create folders to organize these, or you can click here to re-download them. Okay, so if you're on something else, you need to download it for something else again, you can totally do that. Super easy. You can print things. There's lots of different things that you can do that are new options that they didn't have before here. And you'll notice that there are lots of different types of templates for different things depending on what you want for other projects as well. This is something we'll be using quite a bit, so please make sure that you push the star at the top so that you have this already bookmarked for things we're going to do in class.